go, 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 go.
Well, I'm Jamie Ainge, so I'm a lecturer here in St Andrews in psychology and neuroscience. My sort of main theoretical interest is in learning and memory, specifically in long-term forms of memory. And we covered in class. Well, every example I use is episodic memory, and I'm interested in the way that we remember the events and the sort of the specific personal episodes from our lives. I'm interested in the systems and the way the brain processes this kind of information, and that's sort of how I got into this field. But the episodic memory is the psychological process. It's the first to break down in Alzheimer's. And there's quite an active Alzheimer's research community in Scotland. So I'm a member of the Alzheimer's Research UK organisation, and we sort of meet up every few months or so. We have a big annual meeting every year. As far as most people are concerned, brainstem does breathing, controls your heart rate, and makes sure that you stay upright and those kinds of things. Whereas, you don't have to think about it for too long to realise that even fish, reptiles, amphibians, all those kinds of things that have basically no cortex whatsoever, they still remember stuff. They pay attention to things in their environment, and so it makes sense that there are areas down there which will do some of these kinds of cognitive processes. So my PhD was looking at that system and doing sort of tests of looking at the pharmacology down there, but also looking at sort of some cognitive tests. The episodic memory stuff plays very well into the hippocampal-based research that I've done. So a lot of the previous stuff that I did with Emma in Edinburgh was also hippocampus-based, but the Moses are really the first ones to start looking at the input structures into the hippocampus. And that's where we started recording in entorhinal cortex as well as in hippocampus, and we started to see these really interesting sort of grid cell type patterns. But the thing that makes it really tough is that you need to get your data on a very specific day. So whereas if you want to record memory function in an adult animal, then you can do the experiment 5-10 times, and you can pick the day on which the animal did something interesting, or you can sort of correlate its performance across those 5 or 10 days to see what happens in the brain when he does well on the memory task, what happens in the brain when he doesn't do well on the memory task.